Good afternoon, folks, and thanks for joining us. Welcome to Kickin' It with Tim and the Mechanic. My name's Tim Wheaton, joined as always by Brandon Cuttino, the Mechanic. Brandon, how you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. I'm joining you from beautiful Miami this time around. Had to travel over the summer a little bit, and can't deny the people what they want. They want a new episode of Kicking It. So of course, even on vacation, we're still out here delivering bangers after bangers.
And that's awesome. And you're on vacation. Thanks for taking the time to do some kickboxing show with the people. Brandon, we always appreciate your time.
Always.
Absolutely. And we got some news coming out. We got tons of stuff going on. We're going to be talking some ENFUSION, some K-1, some Glory Rivals, some Rise. We got tons of stuff going on, but we'll start with the big news. The announcements for the Glory Collision 4. A ton of fights have been added. Now, I'll read them down here for you, and we can quickly... Petch is going to be defending his featherweight title against Abraham Vidales. This is going to be added to the Glory Collision 4. Serkan Ozkaglian will be fighting Cesar Almeida, probably for the top number one contender position at middleweight. And Levi Rigters will be fighting Kevin Tariq Osario at heavyweight. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? What do you think of these fights?
I mean, I'm definitely happy that we get Petch finally in a Glory ring, because for the whole time he's kind of fighting guys. So I'm happy for that. The only thing is I'm kind of shocked that it's Vidales, because I mean the last time he fought in Glory he got handled by Sergey Adamchuk. So it's like, why is he the one getting a title shot? Like, is there nobody else in the featherweight division? And I kind of want to say that's probably the case, because usually during this whole time there hasn't really been any featherweight fights. Like I think they just maybe had a featherweight fight at the last show, and that was like the first time in over 2 years. So that's really all what I'm just thinking. But I mean, I'm happy for Vidales, but it's like, man, dude, you're just basically going from it being hot in the stove to just burning right now. He's in the fire, because you're going from Adamchuk to now Petch as your back-to-back fights. Like, I mean, yeah, he did have time to get, he did have some time off, get himself better and everything like that, but it's still just crazy,
Man, and Sir Adamchuk, he ended up having a couple of losses. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I don't know if he maybe had some fights, in this time off, and we just haven't heard about it.
That could be the case. So hopefully it's a good fight, but it does seem like you and I are probably alluding to and agreeing on, like, this is a Petch fight all day long. This is going to be almost a display fight for how good of Petch is. I don't think I'm wrong. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, because I mean, as of right now, if you look at the Glory rankings, Vidales is ranked number 5.
Yeah.
So I mean, he is a top ranked opponent, but I mean, you still got Asa Tempao, who which of course I think everybody in America was kind of getting behind. He was that guy that was on that USA movement, but he kind of stopped with everything going on. I don't know if he fully made the switch over to MMA. I know he did have a couple of MMA matches, but I don't know if he's like, just going back and forth until like Glory, gives him a call or what. Of course, then also too, I mean, there's the number ranked 4th guy, which is Abdullah is Berry. I think that's how you say it.
Yep.
I mean, he could have maybe got the call. He's fighting in France and everything like that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. They made it just a couple, I think 6 weeks out or something like that. They got the guy who was available. Petch is available. He's always down to fight. So it's a good enough fight as is. We'll move forward to a couple of the other fights. The heavyweight one, Levi Rigters. This goes into something else that we want to talk about. Jamal Ben Sadiq and Antonio Plazabot, seemingly, we're just like a few weeks out at this point. We're about a month away. They have not agreed to fight each other. Levi Rigters was on the card, and then they booked him against Kevin Tariq Osario, who's on a 1-fight knockout win streak in the organization, which is pretty nice. What do we make of this situation? It's a weird situation.
It is a weird situation, and oh man, who was it? I think there was another article that just came out. I think might have been our boys at Bet Sports, where where basically Big Mike, went on an interview, and he basically said was like, Plazabot and JBS are willing to fight each other, but there's nothing on the line. So, because to us, we're hearing interim championship. But I guess the Big Mike and them maybe they took that back and said, no, this is just gonna be a regular fight. It'll be a number one contender fight, which I think JBS and them don't want. They want it to be where this is an interim title, and then the winner will of course get Rico. So that's why, to me, it seems like they're not doing it. According to Big Mike, he's saying like, hey, there's nothing written down in paper that is guaranteeing JBS or PlazaBot, that yes, they will fight Rico, and that they'll be the interim champion. So I mean, hey, that I'm just going by what the article was saying, Big Mike was saying and everything like that, because it's saying to us it was hey, interim title, but maybe to them they had took that away. I don't know.
Yes. Okay. And this is what we were trying to say of like, I was told and Wikipedia was told that this was going to be for an interim championship. Glory hasn't really said that. Of like, the fighters seem to understand that it was supposed to be for an interim title, and now it looks like it might not be. But if I was the fighters, I would definitely want an interim title so that you can't change. Like, if you're the number one contender, maybe they can book somebody else. But if you're the interim champion, you have to be booked against the champion next year down the line, something like that. It adds more guarantee to it. But yeah, we're just like a month away at this point. Like, we got to get this signed. We got to get it done. Like, Glory, put a belt on these boys. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, that to me, that's what it seems like. It seems like they are willing to fight each other, but you gotta make it mean something. People want teammates to fight each other, but teammates aren't going to fight each other if it's just for a fight. Like, they need something on the line. Like you look at Rico Verhoeven and Benjamin Agbubi, they're teammates, but they said that, hey, if the title's up for grabs, they would fight each other again. They have no problem with it. And I think same thing with Plazabat and Jamal Ben Sadiq. They got no problem fighting each other, but something has to be on the line. It has to mean something. It's not just a fight, just a fight.
It's an odd situation. I don't know why we were told conflicting things. That clearly, no doubt about it, this is for an interim title, and then later on they changed it. When clearly these two are the top of the division. If you're going to have an interim title, you might as well put it on one of these guys. And especially sweetens how good of a card Glory Collision 4, because I think there's 5 title fights on it or 4 title fights on it. You had another title fight too.
I want to say I think every title is on the line except for the middleweight and the heavyweight title. But I think every other title is on the line now.
Yeah, add an interim title to that. It makes it so much more worth it, especially if you're trying to sell pay-per-views and all that. Glory does cards so rarely. When it does do a card, you might as well load it up like this. I don't see why not. But we're just weeks away. Just add a title. Go buy a belt from the store. It doesn't need to look good. We used to buy WWF belts from Walmart. Like, anyone can grab them. Just write Glory on it. We're good to go, man. Tiffany Van Soos will be defending her title on that card, and Tijani Beztadi will also be defending his title on that card. Any other thoughts for the Glory Collision for any of the title fights? Sergey Masleboyev and Tariq Kebis. I think we've talked about almost all of these already. I think we covered all of them already.
The new one that really was announced was of course the Petch title fight, but then also Tiffany Van Soos, title fight, because at the time we knew she was going to be on the card. We just didn't know who it is that she was going to fight. So now we do have an opponent for her. So that's cool. That she has an opponent. We know who she is and everything like that. So I'm looking for a good scrap. I'm always down to watch Tiffany Van Soos fight.
Oh, me too. Yeah, she's. Inadvertently, she's becoming one of the faces of Western kickboxing. And it's just because there isn't a ton of other faces, especially stateside. There's not a ton of, they're not really drawing a lot of American talent. Tiffany Van Soos is becoming the face of Glory in the United States. She'll be fighting the French-born Sarah Musadak, who has collected titles in places like Waco and Iska and places like that. She's on a few-fight win streak, and now she'll be fighting for the title against Tiffany Van Soos. But yeah, Tiffany... gonna get another highlight reel. Stop me when I'm wrong.
Hey man, we gotta wait and see what happens, man. I just know I'm pumped for it. It's looking like a good event.
Glory Collision 4 is looking like a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And the other events, the other kickboxing organizations are going to have tons of other fun stuff going on kind of around that time. Glory Rivals 2 and Infusion 1110 will going to be on the same day, September 17th. Should we talk a little bit about these two cards? Because I'm looking forward to these two.
Oh, of course, man. Of course. I mean, you already know people in the Discord, should I say certain people in the Discord, keep getting us about Infusion. So here it is. Let's give the people what they want.
Let's give the people what they want. Hey, this card, it's a glory slash Infusion card. Looks really good. This looks great. This is going to be on September 17th. The Glory Rivals 2 main event will be Indy Semler versus, and I'm sorry about the enunciation, against Shokurdan Vasily. It's a great fight. That's a great fight right there. What do you think?
Yes, it is. Like I said, I'm down for it. Like I said, Indy Semler, we were supposed to see him fight a while ago, but, you know, things happen. I want to say, it was his opponent who had got hurt. So the fight had to get pushed back. So I'm happy now. I mean, I'm kind of bummed that they couldn't run Semler versus Gregorian back again, but maybe but maybe that's something down the line that we can see.
Oh, absolutely. I think that was a really fun fight. That was going to be a good one as well. Ibrahim El Bouni will be fighting Ferados Bader. I'm so sorry if I haven't heard. I'm doing my best to guess on the enunciations. We also have there's tons of really good fights on the card. What else do you see that you're really looking forward to on the Rivals side of it?
On the Rivals card, I mean, the next fight before that, we were about to say the Van Velwin versus Belzen fight. Yep. At welterweight, that should be a banger right there. I think a lot of people are probably going to pick Voin to get the job done. But I mean, don't sleep on Belzen, man. I mean, the dude's a tough guy. He's a gritty guy. He's kind of hard to stop. So I can see him keep going forward, and this could probably be a 3-round war.
Oh, I think so too. And he's been around for a minute. I think he's been fighting in Glory for a bit. So now he's going to be making his Glory Rivals fight here. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a great card all around. Clyde Brunswick will be fighting Muhammad Bali. It's just it's so good to see so much development coming up in some of these divisions, seeing shows consistently happen. I'm super happy about some of this stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. Glory Rivals 2 is looking real good. Hopefully, it can top what Glory Rivals 1 did.
Ooh, and in the Infusion 1-1-10, which is going to be on the same day, as far as I can tell, this is like one consistent card with 2 different labels, is what I'm kind of imagining. Yep. There might be like an hour in between or something like that, but this is one big card, 2 different labels. In the main event of Glory 1-1-10, you're going to have the heavyweight world title on the line as Nidal Bakiri is going to be fighting Michael Terpstra. This is a fun fight. Going to be a heavyweight banger. I'm looking forward to it. What do you see in this one? How do you see it going? What do you think?
Yeah, man. This fight I was thinking about. I was like, man, like at first I was thinking of Terpstra, but that's because, man, he's a tall guy. Like, he's a tall guy, but I think I'm gonna probably most likely lean towards the Moroccan magic out here, and still your heavyweight champion, probably get the job done. Most likely going 100%, and we could see a finish in the first or second round, I say.
Man, I think so too. I know that Terpstra is having a pretty good streak coming into this fight. Nidal had one loss a little while ago and then picked up a couple of wins. But yeah, Bakiri, the soldier, I'm going to pick him as well. I know it's not a controversial pick or anything like that, but I am expecting a great fight. It's going to be a great heavyweight title fight. We also have Amir Abdullahad versus Wali Korami, and a ton of other really talented fighters on the Infusion 1-1-10 card. What else stuck out to you there, Mr. Cuttino?
It's one of the things that's funny to me is actually it's a fight that's on the talents portion of the Infusion part, which is their champion. Man, I hope I don't butcher her name, but it's De Jong versus Oliveira at a flyweight title. Because I said De Jong is actually isn't she a two weight division champion? Like, she was holding like 2 belts. You know? But she's on the Infusion talents part. Usually like the talents card is for like your up and comers. You're like kind of like new people and stuff like that. But I mean, it to me is one of the fights that is going to get me there nice and early. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing her in action.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. It was like so far down the card are like the strawweight world title will be on the line with Suhaili Albatus will be fighting for it. There's also a flyweight world title fight with Helene Conart challenging. I was kind of looking at this of like, maybe I'm just reading this wrong or something like that. But yeah, there's going to be a few titles on the line on the Infusion card. Some of it will be Infusion Talent. Some of it will be Infusion 1-1-10. We're the Kickboxing guys. If we don't know the answer, literally no one in the universe knows the answer, okay? We told them to update their website. Yeah, like you said, De Jong is fighting there as well. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a banger of a card overall. Even if we're not making sense of it now, it will make sense on fight day.
That is true. That's all that matters. As long as it makes sense on fight day.
That's all that matters. And that's coming up. That's just going to be around the corner, September 17th there. We also had some really fun events just this past weekend. KRUSH 140. Ayinta Ali defended his title with authority with a TKO win over Kota Nakano. Ayinta Ali is one of those guys that we're looking at as like a ton of potential down the line. He won his title in a close fight. Now he's defended his title with authority. I thought it was a really good performance. What did you think of the KRUSH 140 main event?
It was beautiful violence, man. Second round stoppage. I mean, he had the first knockdown. His opponent got up, but then that second one, man, he tried to get up, but he couldn't get up. He was dazed. So I mean, it was good, man. Like he showed some good power. Some good pop, good combinations as well.
Oh yeah, it was a great fight. Always getting up early, setting the alarm for those ones because they're always a banger of a card. We also had Rise 160 this past weekend as well, in which Kaisuke.
Wait, I just want to get one.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, where was it? I just had it on my notes. Come on, don't fail me now. Oh, I just want to give one more shout out on that same card. I just want to give Iwawa. Oh, sorry, how do I say it? Iwawa Chikara with the comeback victory. Body shots. I tell people all the time, that's what he was doing, working the body that entire time on his comeback. You saw a left hook to the liver, front kick, left hook, boom, dude fell down, fight was over. That's all. That was just masterful stuff. Like I tell people, man, work the body. It's not always about the head. You work the body. You work the body, the head will follow. So I just want to give him a shout out. That's all.
You remind me when I was a young man playing Fight Night games and Teddy Atlas was yelling at me to work the body, flood the basement. If he's faster than you, work the body. So I always remember, I can only ever remember Teddy Atlas telling me to work the body. And now you're here telling me the same advice.
That's it.
But let's move forward. Rise 160 was this past weekend as well. And it was a really fun card leading up to the main event. In the main event, we had Keisuke Monguchi was able to capture the featherweight title, scoring a couple of knockdowns all the way against Taisei Ume. Now, one of the knockdowns was very questionable, but he still won on points with 2 solid knockdowns. It was a fun overall fight, as you and I were talking about just after as well. What did you think of this one? What did you think of the performance?
Yeah, man, it was a good fight. Like I said, Monguchi came out, did his thing. To me, he set the tone in that first round with that knockdown, and he just kept it going. To me, it kind of seemed like Ume kind of really never got going. Because I want to say I think after the first round was done, I think he was standing in the corner. Then I think the second round was done. I think he was sitting on the stool. I want to say so you can kind of see his body, just his awareness kind of just shrinking. So I mean, just shout outs to Monguchi for getting the job done.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do agree with you that it just seemed like he was getting shut out. Do you think this, based on maybe there was a knockdown that wasn't quite a knockdown and then he won on points, do you think this is maybe do an instant rematch? If this were, not knowing any of the contenders in the division or anything like that, does it make sense to do an instant rematch?
To me, I don't think that second iffy knockdown kind of made a difference, because to me, Monguchi was on cruise street. Like I don't think there was anything that Ume was doing to give him troubles. Like he was just going forward, switching up his stance, moving around, hitting them. And like I said, I think he was in control from the first round to the last round. To me, he was never in danger.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's completely reasonable. That's what we're getting at. Just made sense. He was the better fighter overall. That's what he showed in the fight. Absolutely awesome. We also had a stoppage on this card due to cut over the eyebrow. And I'm asking Rise, please just run it back. These two were having so much fun. Ryu Hanoka versus Jin Mandakoro. We were just getting cooking. Both these guys were throwing down and brawling, and a small cut to the eyebrow called it. Oh, let's run it back. I could watch these guys fight 10 more times. Anything else on the Rise 160 card that we should cover before we move forward?
Yeah, and I mean, just kind of going what you said, man. Let's run that fight back. Like I said, it's always kind of stinks, man, when you get little cuts like that, and sometimes it just stops the fight.
Oh man, it just breaks your heart, especially because sometimes it seems inconsistent. Sometimes that a small cut will will stop a fight on this side, and then in another organization, a massive cut, and the fight keeps going. Just like, I know guys can fight through cuts. This is prize fighting. These guys are fighting for blood and money here. Just let them fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I do know what you mean.
You know what I mean? The next fight that we have upcoming here is just kind of around the corner here. September the 11th with the K-1 next. We'll have a title fight on the card as well as an 8-man Grand Prix. Is that correct? We're just kind of reading off the website here. We're doing the best we can to read off the website. Is an 8-man Grand Prix and a title fight. Is that correct?
Yes, because since Sakura left, he gave up both his title fights. So now this is where you get to find the, I guess you want to say, the heir apparent.
Gotcha.
To the titles.
Gotcha. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about some of these gentlemen competing in the tournament. I know that you and I were talking about Bailey Sugden was supposed to be on it, and now he's pulled out due to injury. But we got 8 guys competing for a title here. Tell me a little bit more of what's going on. What are we seeing here? What can we expect?
I really want to say it's kind of like the same people that they had before, besides just Bailey Sugden kind of being out. I mean, like we said before, I always enjoy when you got your Japanese fighters and then you got your outsiders, because you got really most of all these fights, you got they're going up against an outsider, because you got 2 people that are coming from Morocco, you got a person from Thailand, and you got a person from Greece as well. So in my opinion, I kind of think that Tomoya might have the easiest fight. Sorry, Greece, if you get mad at me for saying that. But I just think, looking at the matchup, I think he has the easiest fight. So I mean, he could definitely advance on. I mean, dude, you already know, man, Moroccans are gonna bring it. But I mean, I think Taituya's been looking real sharp. You know, he is the younger guy. I want to say he's 30, while his opponent's 31, even though to me age doesn't matter. But he does have the experience, according to what we're looking at, because since this guy that has 0 fights at all. But that's where the research is, but I don't believe that's true, of course. And then of course the other one, which is was it Pettis versus Seguri? That should be a good fight as well. Seguri I think he's gonna bring the bombs out. You know, same Moroccan magic. But so I could see him advancing, but also too I could see Pettis advancing as well. So I mean that one could probably be the toughest one of the bunch. And then you got the next one, which is of course anybody named Fairtex. You already know is going to be a problem. And then he's getting Horatico. Hopefully I said that right.
Nailed it.
You know, but that should be a good one as well.
And yeah, Nakrab Fairtex, it's a notable name. I forget where I saw him fight, but that's the dangerous part. When you see someone from Thailand on the card with the last name Fairtex, probably just pick him to win the whole tournament, in all honesty. But I will pick Leona Patas. I'm very familiar with Leona. I think when he likes to brawl a little bit too much. When he's focused and in the zone, he's probably a better fighter than most of these guys in the tournament. Him or Nakrab, easy picks for me. I can't pick against a guy from Thailand, though. Nakrab Fairtex all day.
I got you, man. I'm with it. I'm cool with it. It's a good pick. Solid pick.
Do you have an overall tournament pick?
I'm probably going to go with Tatsuya. That's what I'm thinking, really.
Awesome. Good. We're all over the place, so you know it's a good tournament. That none of us can actually make up our mind on who we're picking. What else did I miss on the K1 event? The K1 next on September 11th. Was there anything else that I needed to cover off before we?
Just the lightweight title. We just didn't talk. We said it, but we didn't just talk about the fight itself. Saying you got, was it Yamata versus Dazo? That's how you say it. You know me. I'm sorry if we're just butchering names out here. But I'm probably gonna go with Yamato to get the job done. I just think he is just a smoother fighter, but you know, I think he could be that heir apparent, you know, for that lightweight title. I mean, I don't think he'll be champion for long, but I think he could be the next guy.
I'm surprised, and I'm so used to Japanese kickboxing where it's like some 18-year-old versus some 21-year-old or something like this. I'm surprised how aged this fight is. We're talking about a 34-year-old versus a 31-year-old. This is unheard of. This is the guy's retirement fights for both of them, right?
Yeah, that's usually how it is. That's why when I saw that. That's why I was saying like, I can see him being a champion for now, but maybe not for long. You know, especially how K1 does things.
Yeah, I mean, Tetsuya Yamato's on a couple fight win streak. Had a few losses before that. Sasaki he's on quite a big win streak at this point, including guys over like Hikaru and and a few other guys. So it is a good fight for the lightweight title. It's a fun fight. It should put on some fireworks for the audience. What else do we need to cover?
For sure. I like.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I would say then just one more fight on K1 that I really got my eyes on. The only reason I have my eye on this fight is really because their interaction at the press conference. If I can find it. Where is it? Come on, man. Oh, there you go. It's the Matsukura versus Jimbo fight. Dude, to me, man, Jimbo just cracked me up in the press conference, and because of that. And dude, I mean, when they went when they went for the face off, like Jimbo, like he just looked like he did not want to look at him whatsoever. He's like, dude, why are we here doing this? I just want to punch you in the face right now. So that's why I'm picking him to get this W on this fight. But this is really a fight that I don't know, man, because of the press conference is the only reason why I'm really into this fight.
Did he have to like fly out for the press conference and he was just pissed off or jet lagged or something like that? What's the deal?
I don't know, man, but it was just funny because it was like okay, face off time, and he just wasn't having it. Like he really wasn't trying to look at him whatsoever. And then he finally like did look at him. It was just like, dude, I'm gonna just punch you in the face. Like it was just great.
Man, this is going to be such a good event. This is going to be one of those like 8 mega 10, 12-hour events. Like there's so many fights on this card. There's a tournament. There's a title fight. Like, oh my goodness.
Man, that's how K1 gets down, man. They're usually giving you like 20 to like 22 fights a night.
Oh man, it's just going to be insane. Definitely watch it live because it's really hard to find. If you miss it live, it's so hard to find after it airs, right? But yeah, what else do we need to cover off before we head out of here? We have events on September 11th. We've got events on September 17th, and then we're leading up to Glory Collision 4 after that point. What else do you got for him, Mr. Cuttino? Look at us matching.
Man, hey guys, just remember, hit us up, Fighters First Out Shop, get that Kickin It gear, represent the show, man. If this is your favorite kickboxing show, let the people know, rock our gear. Remember, we got this shirt. We also got the other shirt with me and Tim Faces. Remember, we are the best looking guys on the network. So I mean, if you want to walk around with good looking guys on your shirt, you know where to go. Fighters First Out Shop.
That's absolutely right. Mr. Cuttino, I massively appreciate your time, but please go enjoy your vacation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys, man. Oh, remember, just letting you know, October 8th, right? Glory Collision. Still no word yet about Muhammad Jiraiya. Just saying, people, there's a chance. Robbie Timmers, November 19th is still available, right? Was it Glory 82? I told you I'm available that day. Like you said, I'm here in Miami. I'm traveling. I can travel. I got a passport, baby. Just let me know.
Hit up come on, hit up the man. Let's go. Let's get it going, man. All right. Mr. Cuttino, thanks so much for your time, sir.